Alright, so Belal just pulled out the fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov, and you just know Dana is somewhere right now. But Belal just pulled out, cut him from the UFC, sent him to PFL. PFL is a great new prospect, man. Like, bro, this guy was so angry when he had to wrap the belt around Belal, and now this guy just pulled out of a fight, like a big fight as well, bro. You just know he's so mad right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he just cuts him from the UFC, sends him to, like, Brave, like Makaev, and just strips him of the belt. Like, bro. Anyway, let me talk about the matchups I think they're going to make instead at UFC 310. Anyway, let me know what matchups you would like to see at UFC 310, whether it's Shavkat versus any contenders, or Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev as the main event. And yeah, while you're down there, I'd appreciate if you could like, subscribe. Hopefully you can hit 500 subs by the end of the year. But let me get into it, because there's a lot of possible matchups here. Okay, Shavkat, there's at least like 3 welterweight contenders who you could fight. And I think the main one that everybody wants to see, okay, is Shavkat Rakhmonov versus JDM. Okay, this is a very hype matchup, okay, and I really would like to see this now, because to be honest, this fight will not have the same amount of like aura and hype, like if like one of these guys was a champion, okay? Like, bro, the fact that these both are like relatively unproven like prospects with a ton of hype, okay, like makes this fight so exciting. So if like Shavkat Rakhmonov, he went out there and just smoked Belal and he fights JDM, like, that's not going to have nearly as much hype because he's probably going to beat JDM as well, like fairly easily, okay? Like, but if both these guys are still relatively unproven, like it's just going to make the fight so much better, okay? And on top of that, if Shavkat smokes JDM, like, bro, that Belal fight is going to be so much more exciting if Shavkat is coming off, like, a crazy win over a hype contender. You know what I mean? If he goes out there, subs JDM in round 1, which I think he would, like, you know, that would make that Belal fight so much more interesting and would sell so much more pay-per-views, bro. Because Shavkat right now, everyone does love him, but he's not crazy, like, known. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have, like, an insane amount of popularity. That JDM fight, very exciting. I don't really get why JDM... I don't really understand why people say this is, like, such a close fight. Like, bro, I'm not saying JDM is bad, but this guy doesn't, like, nearly have... Like, he doesn't have a great ground game. Like, bro, if Shavkat takes him down, what is JDM gonna do, bro? Like, I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything. And so many people, it's like, bro, what is JDM gonna do to win? That's another thing. It's like, I'm not hating on JDM, but it's like, bro, Shavkat has the most craziest chin we've, like, ever seen. Like, bro, this guy does... Like, how many times did Jeff Neal hit him clean? And by the way, Jeff Neal definitely has more power than JDM, okay? Than JDM. And he was basically taking those shots like they were nothing, okay? JDM, he's not going to knock out, like, what is he actually going to do to Shavkat? I don't get it. But still, JDM, I just don't think he has a crazy grounding. I think Shavkat would be able to take him down and sub him in the first round. And if he does, that would make it, like, that matchup is perfect to set up the Belal fight, in my opinion. For an interim title fight at the end of the year, I think that would be crazy. I would love to see the fight regardless. I do think it's somewhat close, but I don't think it's as close as people are saying. Like, bro, I don't get it at all when people say that JDM, like, deserves a title shot either. Like, bro, again, this might sound like I'm hating on JDM, but it's like, bro, I'm just not glazing. Like, that's literally what it is, because I don't get it at all. Bro, JDM got dominated by Gilbert Burns for, like, I don't even know, like, 13 minutes of the fight and got a knee in, like, the last 2 minutes. Like, bro. And on top of that, went to split decision with Kevin Holland, bro. Like, come on, bro. There's no way. If Shavkat had the exact same, like, wins, no one would be asking for this guy to get a title shot, okay? Like, that just makes no sense. This guy went to split decision with Kevin Holland, okay? Like, genuinely. JDM is way, like, it's so glazed right now. It's crazy. But still, I think that fight with Shavkat would be amazing. I would genuinely love to see that. You know, I love JDM, I love Shavkat, I'd love to see these guys fight. But the other contenders, I just really don't care as much, okay? Because they're more likely, in my opinion. I really don't think the JDM fight is going to happen, if I'm being honest. When you really look at it, like, JDM has not said anything, okay? It's like all these other contenders, like, jumping up, and, you know, JDM is the only guy who hasn't said anything. He might still be injured. I don't really know what's going on there. Or maybe he's trying to fight at Sydney, which, you know, I think there's a good possibility if they make an interim title fight between JDM and Shavkat as, like, the co-main in the Sydney fight, Sydney card. I'd really love to see that fight regardless. Like, Shavkat, like, I cannot stress enough, I really want to see Shavkat versus JDM before the, you know, before one of these guys becomes a champ, okay? But the other contenders, you have Usman, because apparently they were going to make Usman versus Belal, and then, you know, Belal said no and he wanted to fight Shavkat, so... You know, that fight is there, I guess, but I don't think Usman's going to step in. I think he's too old to be taking these short notice fights. I don't think he's going to step in. But this one's kind of likely, and I really don't like how likely it is Ian Garry, bro. Ian Garry, I don't want to see this guy fight. Like, this guy just has he's no aura, no hype, nobody cares about him. Like, he's just killed everything. And on top of that, he's just not good. Like, I don't know why people don't talk about this stuff. Ian Garry is not good, bro. You cannot convince me that Ian Garry is a good fighter, because what is he good at? Nothing, bro. Like, okay, he's a decent kickboxer, you know, outstruck Neil Magny, wow, very impressive, you know, outstruck Jeff Neal, pretty good as well, but it's like, bro, what is this guy actually doing, bro? Okay, this guy, I think the thing is with Ian Garry, this guy's just like a future gatekeeper. This guy's like a Neil Magny 2.0. Okay, because he's just kind of good enough at everything to where he's not going to lose to a guy who's like not completely well-rounded. For example, like, bro, his fight against MVP, he didn't wrestle against MVP because, you know, Ian Garry's some crazy wrestler, he wanted to show it off. He wrestled against MVP because MVP is, you know, the worst wrestler of all time. So he just did that because, you know, why not? And, you know, it's just like he does stuff like that where he just like kind of beats someone in a game that they're just not very good at, like, you know, which is smart, but it's not going to work against anybody in the top 5 who's just extremely good at everything. Like, Ian Garry gets smoked, okay, and that's the thing, between the Shavkat and Ian Garry, like, bro, Ian Garry's not surviving, bro. Like, Ian Garry's going to get knocked out in the first round. Like, he just gets hit. He gets hit a lot. He was getting completely outstruck by MVP. And on top of that, he's not a very good grappler. So it's like, he's just going to lose everywhere, like, to everybody in the top 5. Like, I don't want to see that fight. But, you know, it's likely to happen because, you know, I don't see anybody else stepping up. But, again, I still think if they don't, you know, Shavkat doesn't fight UFC 310, I think they're going to make it the co-main event, JDM versus Shavkat in a UFC 312, I believe, is in Sydney. Anyway, what I think is going to be the main event, okay, this isn't even basically what I think. It's practically confirmed at this point that it's going to be Magomed Ankalaev, okay? Magomed Ankalaev, Alex Pereira, it's... Both these guys, Alex Pereira, Alex Pereira, before this, I'm not going to lie, I was saying, you know, Alex Pereira, I think him and Ilia Topuria, the fight of the year thing, you know, I think Ilia Topuria could be fight of the year, he's beat better guys, but bro, if Alex Pereira steps up against Magomed Ankalaev again, like, bro, he's easily fight of the year, it's not close. Bro, Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, I'm so hyped for this, bro, because I actually want to see this. I want to see Alex Pereira get tested against someone who's actually good, and not someone that, you know, is just good because they won a belt. Like, that's it, bro. Because Jamal Hill, you know, what's his name? Yuri Prohaska, bro. Like, bro, if you genuinely thought there were tests for Alex Pereira, I just don't get that at all, okay? Because it wasn't close. It was not close. Yuri Prohaska, no head movement, basically zero defense. Jamal Hill had that, like, one opening for the left hook. Like, bro, Alex Pereira, those are, like, basically layups. It was, like, free legacy. But Magomed Ankalaev seems like an actual tough test. Like, I really want to see this fight, and this fight is basically confirmed. I'm so excited for that, okay? Hopefully, it gets officially announced soon, because Alex Pereira is definitely going to be stepping up. Magomed Ankalaev seems like he's probably going to be stepping up as well. Okay, a lot of people are kind of saying, bro, he's not going to be doing that, bro. Magomed Ankalaev is not going to be stepping in. But it's like, it really seems like that. He's saying he is. Apparently, he's like, what's it called? He's ready if the call is, you know, needs to be made. I'm very excited for that. Hopefully they make that fight, because I'm so tired of this like thing with Alex Pereira where they're just giving him easy matchups just because it's Alex Pereira and he's making them a ton of money. Like, I get it, but bro, come on, man. Like, I don't want to see this, bro. Like, I genuinely don't want to see this where Alex Pereira just fights like some, like, bro, imagine they make Jan Blachowicz too, bro. Like, I don't want to see that, okay? And I know there's some people who might want to, you know, might want to see that fight, but bro, I don't want to see that. Anyway, that's all I really have to say, okay? The UFC Edmonton card is tomorrow, and I honestly could not care less. So I'm just going to give my picks kind of quickly. Okay, Brandon Moreno versus Amir Albazi. Brandon Moreno is very washed, I'm not going to lie. We have to come to terms with this. Brandon Moreno is not looking very good anymore. I'm just going to go with Amir Albazi. Amir Albazi, 17-1. He's looking pretty good right now. Then Aaron Blanchfield versus Rose Namajunas, you know, that's a fight. Anyway, Derek Lewis versus Jonathan Denise. I'm very excited for this fight. This is probably the only one that I actually care about. Oh, man, I don't know, bro. This is such a good match, bro. I want to go with Derek Lewis. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go with Derek Lewis. I think Jonathan Denise, I think that's his name. Bro, he's good, but he's just not crazy good. I just don't think he's ready for a Derek Lewis fight. I think Derek Lewis is just going to be the best striker. Jonathan Denise, I mean, they're kind of like mirror matchups, to be honest, because like they're very just power punches. And, you know, Denise he's not bad on the ground, okay? And I don't know what's the point in bringing this up, but he's really not that bad as Derek Lewis is. So, you know, next fight, Cal Machado. This is another fight I want to talk about because I think Cal Machado is good. From what I know, he's terrible. Never mind. This is not who I thought he was. I don't care about this fight anymore. All these other fights, you know, Mike Malott versus Trevor Giles. Trevin Giles. I don't... Like, bro, this card is terrible. Canada genuinely needs to, like... I can't say that. Canada's just a terrible place, okay? Like, bro, we need to shut down this country, okay? Never go back here. Okay, the best prospect is Mike Malott, bro. That should say enough, okay? We do not need any more fight nights there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for what I said about JDM, okay? Because, again, this guy's glazed so much. I don't get it, okay? And it's like, bro, because it's not even like I don't like JDM. Like, I want to see this guy fight. Like, I genuinely want to see him, get to the top. But bro, he's not well-rounded. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this guy's actually like, Charles Oliveira on the ground. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. All right.